Hello, everyone.
You've missed
Even you,
us.
Sam.
Hi, Stuart. I've
Hi.
missed you. You know.
Every bullet so far.
Oh, I don't try shooting. No, I mean, yeah. You know. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
And here you are.
I am here. Yes, I mean mostly.
Yes. Yes. Are these discussions of the fine folks take your mind off things? I hope some.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Although, of course, at the end it's more. It's kind of like
Yeah, because it's
starts good, ends bad.
ignoring the thing for 2 hours, and then all of a sudden it's like, now I have to deal with it. Yeah.
Speaking of
Although
Stranger World, Stuart,
July 17th.
we just want to go into that.
What?
We just want to go into that. I just steal that from you after like one. Oh, if you
No,
just
I wasn't. I wasn't about to steal it.
okay, because we've done that before. We just have exactly the same thought processes.
No. No.
Yes, July 17th, which means we can finally start releasing the interviews leading up to. So, get ready to see not the entire cast, but a good chunk of the cast. Woo!
From Vegas. Yeah, some really
Yes.
fantastic interviews actually.
I would say slightly ignore the audio in the sense of it was loud, and I was close, but it was loud. But luckily, AI tools were invented just before I started working on them. So actually, huzzah! They've all better than they could have been.
Yeah.
But yes, do enjoy because some pretty intimate,
Of course,
close talks.
they're it's right out of the gate because, as Dan just said, yeah, they're releasing the two first episodes first. 2 episodes on the same day, which is great for just a regular viewer,
Yeah,
but kind of makes our lives a little more difficult.
I never get that because they're never a two-parter because that's not how they work anymore. And you just use 1 month, 1 week of your subscription that you could have got otherwise. Like I prefer that than 2 parts at the end because then you're like already fatigued from doing 10 weeks.
Yeah,
But it just means that entire week we won't have lives.
but how many people actually do this on a weekly basis and review the stuff like as it's out? So it's a
This
small
is this
demographic
this
that they don't give a shit about.
yeah. I mean, like 10 people,
Yeah,
20 people. I mean, you're looking at we could fill a small room.
yes, and we should someday. That'd be amazing.
God, there'd be some different opinions across the board. But what we do today, Stuart, which worked so well last time, I will say, this was a very, very successful,
We're in
surprisingly
holodeck
successful.
3, of course, which is a malfunctioning holodeck. And we're at Utopia Planitia, and we're going to design some ships with the help of you guys.
Yes.
Now, since we're combined, if you want to combine two ships, I think $10 would be a good way to jump off with that. But $5 is a good number if you have a suggestion for a change to a current vessel or something like
Yeah.
that. Because yeah, it takes time to do this, and you know, yeah, we just want it to kind of be fair and balanced and all that. So if you can, please submit your suggestions via super chat, and we will come up with some crazy stuff because we've had a lot of unique things appear on this show.
I'll bring in some of the old ones to remind you what's possible, but it is very much up to your imagination, or being as literal as combine the Enterprise D5 and the Vulture, right?
Yeah.
And or you can, I mean, this is how you could write it, or you could write, because again, you got to know the limitations and know not limitations, or like take the Klingon Bird of Prey from Star Tre and say, make this Romulan.
Yeah.
Oh, see what
I wonder what it would do if you said mix the Breen ship with a D7. Would you get the Klingon, the one wing from FASA? Asymmetrical design? I don't know.
Don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I rolled a few of these earlier. Of course, the thumbnail being the main one. I want to bring. I mean, this was one I gave it. I believe the Nova and the Intrepid, and I said combine them.
I was hoping you'd let me guess because I was going to say the Rhode Island, and I wasn't sure, but yeah.
Oh no, sorry, it's Galaxy class because Challenger, so Galaxy class and Nova.
What?
I mean Challenger, yeah. It's the source shape, but there's a lot of interesting details there. Like it made a relatively fleshed out looking ship. It might be bullshit fleshed out, but it's fleshed out.
Yes.
Like the amount of panel detail is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah. Oh, this is Challenger too. That's cool. I like it, honestly. I like the front what's going on there. It looks like large windows, almost like it could be like a dance club in the bottom there, and then you know who knows what in the middle set of windows. But yeah, it's
Sorry, I
interesting.
sort of skipped that a bit. I need to start sharing. But there's a first example, and it was just a case of 2 renders I had put together, and I'm pretty, that's quite impressive. And those nacelles, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. All right, I'll show
the
you. See you in
cells
a
are
minute.
great. All right. That's my chance to tell you guys to hit that like button. 18 of you here, 10 likes. That's fantastic. But we can get to 20 probably. So hit that like button and do all the things you need to do. Make sure you're subscribed. Click notification bell icon to all. Check out the join option. There's a join button down there on YouTube. You can join us here on YouTube on a monthly basis or head on over to Patreon/Trekyards. Again, a monthly way to support us. We really appreciate any and all support you guys can give. Even just being part of the regular chats or spreading the Trekyards word, telling people about Trekyards, sharing the videos, any of that stuff all helps out immensely. And also, just make sure to check out the links down below. There are links to the Teespring and the TeePublic store. There's some really great Trekyards merch as well as a lot of other stuff as well. So check those out and maybe pick yourself up something cool, you know? So anyway, we're going to have fun today. Not quote unquote designing ships, but mashing ships together in unique ways and seeing what we get. And it should be a fun discussion. Like this one, for example, is quite interesting. I love that it's got an impulse. It seems like an impulse crystal behind the bridge module, and then one on the starboard side, but not on the port side. So, huh, interesting. I kind of like that asymmetrical, like blue dot there. So, yeah, some interesting stuff comes out of this. We want you guys to participate. It's you guys get to bring to life whatever you feel like and have a good discussion with us about it. And it's always a good time. So, hopefully, you guys enjoy. And yeah, thank you for joining us. There's an episode of Discovery with a disco on it. Oh yes, yeah, yeah. Well, that was just a party they were having. It wasn't a disco, but anyhow, we will get to Classic for Reals first super chat in just a second here. But yes, please put in your submissions.
So yeah, I quite like this ship.
I
Small
was
ship.
saying the impulse crystal type thing at the back is interesting, and then on the starboard side, but not the port. I kind of like that. It doesn't. It would look cool symmetrical, but I kind of like it being not on the other side as well.
Well, I think with a lot of these, if you were to take it in some direction, you could just say, "I love the detail, mirror it," right? And it wouldn't be, because there are little circles on the Defiant, so you could
Yeah,
pull into that as well. No, I like the nacelles. They're simple, but quite effectively simple. I love it got phaser strips pretty right. It understood roughly where they should go and how big they should be, and between
yeah. It didn't shorten any or move them, or
not
yeah,
really.
does that sometimes.
And I don't love, but I don't mind the as I'm conceptualizing the giant multi 10 forward, mess hall style, the blue one at the front, like that being an entire
Yeah,
row of kind of like the Orville, that back room. Don't mind, don't love, but if this was like an ambassadorial ship, then having
yeah,
a giant set of rooms would be quite cool.
yeah. I kind of love it actually. Um, yeah, I love that it took the deflector and just did that with it, like or that detail at the front.
Yeah, like it
Um,
did something.
yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah, I quite like it. Right, so as you guys throw in yours, I got a couple of pre-made ones, as we'd love to get some suggestions. Now, I don't know if you're. I mean, would you say you know ships?
I think I might.
Are you ready for a hard one? And I'm gonna say yeah. I'll do some random combinations and see what you think. Do you think you're gonna guess what the combination is in this?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Well, let's see if he does. Right. What have I combined to make this, and what do you think?
Well, the Delta Flyer, obviously.
Oh, you got that. I just got
But what did you combine it with? Can I get a hint? Because there's not much to go with
it.
on here.
The joke is that there's no hint.
Nothing. You just had it redo the Delta Flyer.
You're not wrong, but think about the process.
I got nothing.
I said combine with the last design.
Oh,
So I just combined the thing we just saw with Delta Flyer. I didn't know, right? Let's go radical. So it's that plus this. But I mean, as a Delta Flyer, what do you think? Because it's definitely kept a lot and changed a lot. You know, actually interesting degrees.
the circle on the window is interesting. It
Yeah.
could serve some kind of really cool function. I like the back hump at the back. It almost looks like there's a window there, like there's an extra room or something up there, but it'd be quite small, like a gun turret.
Mm.
Sit up there like in the Falcon.
I mean, I wouldn't even mind if there was just that front window and the one behind it, or even maybe like a docking port that you pull in, like the Type 11. I mean, it's a bit weird, right? But maybe do
I like to
something
think
like
that
that.
this is more of the standard Delta Flyer that they built after the Voyager got back because it doesn't have the funky front window. It's got just a standard front window, you
Yeah,
know? Yeah.
the weird pennant, not pennant stuff.
Yeah.
I kind of like the grills in the warp as well. And
Hmm.
everything's just kind
Hmm.
of curved, but not. Yeah, yeah. And that was the thought of the problem. It really did like abandon the shape of the other, thinking we'd want. Yeah, no, I like it. All right, let's see what you guys are asking for. Give us a go, Stuart. What other people throw in?
Well, was it for real $5?
Oh,
Please, Chat GPT, please get this one right for just once. DS9 era Foley class, third nacelle.
he knows how to
See how
talk to
this
it now.
goes.
All right, so I did two. It's always good to give it two chances, you know?
Hmm. Hmm.
Oh, where did they go?
I don't know. I can't help you there.
Wow.
Hit like, guys. 27 of you here, which is fantastic. 20 likes. That's also really great. But hit like if you haven't. And yeah, be part of the conversation. Super chat in. If you want to combine two ships, a
Yeah.
$10 super chat would be awesome for that. With $5 for each ship. Or if you just want to make a change or an alteration
Uh-huh.
to an existing ship or
Or a
something,
prompt, as it were.
yeah, something like that, a $5 would be great. But any support you guys can offer, we really appreciate. So
And we get to actually do ship analysis at the same time
yeah, it's like live Trekyards episodes
on literal nonsense yet something.
that we're just seeing for the first time, which happens a lot during
It
some of our
it it
Trekyards.
does. All right, so this is I do two because I wanted a more TOS-y version, and that was its original go round.
Why is it Klingon? There's a clearly
Well,
Klingon
I was doing
symbol there.
Klingon ships before this, and it bloody kept that, but only one bit, you know.
It's a cool symbol, by the way.
It is.
This has like premonition type vibes to it. You might want to de-highlight that, by the way.
Trying to make it brighter.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, premonition from Armada type vibes with that center thing. I love that. Actually, you could just take that other nacelle right
Oh,
out.
it's so close, isn't it? Now you've said that. Wow.
Or does it have like four nacelles? Is there another one like that on the other side? So that middle part is some kind of sensor thing or whatever. I like it. I think it's an actually pretty cool design.
I actually really dig if you took out the weird extra nacelle, having three really close at the back. Looks very sleek. Like advanced.
Yeah, you could
Not
crop out that lower nacelle. This is a fantastic design.
I mean, is it Foley? Because we have the prompt. It did three nacelle, and
It's yeah, and even where it's mounted, it's like at the back of the
that's what I mean.
secondary
Yeah,
or the hull. Like
like it didn't not link in the Foley. And in fairness, if the you know if the Foley is a TOS and saying don't make it TOS, well, obviously then you're removing all the pieces that make it TOS, right? So I if you know what that meant, of course.
yeah, yeah. And I've got like an all Klingon crew. I'm captain of an all Klingon crew, so we got a modified Klingon symbol on there.
Yes, for
I love it.
patrioticness.
Hmm.
Oh, John Grievous. Foley versus Jaeger. And that's actually wonderful because I can find a render of the Jaeger and tell it to combine the two. Someone
Oh
put that
God.
in, Jaeger and Foley, because that would be really, yeah, that would be classic. Look, okay, I'm doing all the things here. I have to do all the processes.
Yes.
Oh, I'm trying to do the. Oh, come on, there we go.
This is classic. Like, bruh. You just submitted 3 super chats, and now you start the goal.
That's what I was laughing at. Yeah.
Sorry, sometimes that happens.
Oh, this is gonna be funny. Make a design which these two.
All right. Yeah, I like this one. I would get rid of that bottom nacelle. I'd actually appreciate if you'd Photoshop that out and like send that to me because I think that's really cool.
Although in fairness, if you added it, it wouldn't even be the worst thing as a mimicry. A 5 nacelle, or well, 4 nacelle and a time nacelle or something. Like it wouldn't be awful, right?
Now is that other nacelle attached to the bottom of the saucer, so that the ship can actually split? Two ships again.
Hey, it knew.
Maybe.
Yeah. It'd be weird if the. Yeah. I do quite like where I put the red though in the back of the primary hull as little slithers. That actually looks rather nice. I even like the window arrangement. The scale feels about right.
Yeah.
All
Not a lot of windows for the scale, but that's fine. It's fine. It's not like a Galaxy class.
Penguins don't like windows. I mean, all right. So that was the original prompt, but I said remake that, but a bit more TOS, bit more of a hybrid.
Wow.
We got a third nacelle classic. We did get it. We did get it.
Again, get rid of that other nacelle, and I think that's a really freaking cool design. I love that. Doesn't quite have the intimidation factor I think that the Foley has, but no visible phaser strips or phaser turrets or anything like that. But I love that centerpiece, the way that's integrated in. And yeah, I like that it's like a time device or something. That's actually very awesome. And only one of the little lab window things on the saucer instead of 4, the big squares.
Have you got a bridge window there, buddy?
I don't. No.
Okay, good.
That's the window so that for cetacean ops, so they can just look up at the night sky. It's like a.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. That's what that is.
Trying to sell me on that. Trying to sell me on that, aren't you?
100%.
Yeah, it's I mean, yeah. I like the nacelles. They actually do have the correct TOS, not TOS vibe. It's pretty good. I mean, they say the bridge dome is a bit wonky, but of course it is. It doesn't know what it's doing.
Yeah, with some refinement.
Yeah.
Easy to make this super cool.
I quite like that.
All right, next classic for real prompts, $5. Speaking of a disco ship, Discovery's Season 3 Rainforest ship, but in prototype form during the Picard era. Oh my god.
Yes.
Bruh.
I mean, he's consistent and creative. And there we go.
Rainforest. Maybe he's from... Wow. Hey, you know what? That works. That's actually a better Rainforest ship than the one we get in Picard.
This is why I laughed. I mean, I laughed a few times at these because they're quite funny. Yeah, that doesn't not work. So obviously with these, I think because I want us to get good results, I said combine it with the Stargazer. So it had some visual reference. Wouldn't say it necessarily feels like that, but you know,
I see like no Stargazer in that.
But it understood the metal into the ship arrangement, that it wasn't just whatever the hell this is, make it whatever. I actually love how it was rendered, though, the trees inside, the depth, but not.
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
Look, there's Classic. He's beside one of the trees. He's out on a little picnic.
Oh.
He likes his rainforest.
Oh. Now, what do you think about the negative space inside the middle? Do we need that? Do we want that? Is that a good thing?
I kind of like it, honestly. I don't know what purpose it would serve, but yeah, we don't need it necessarily, but it's a good visual breakup of the thing. I think if it was just a dome, it wouldn't work as well. But it makes me ask why. Why do you need that? Why is that there? What purpose does it serve?
And how well, that could be like the shuttle bay. Like a ring of bay, and then
yeah, and I like the front part as well, the way that's kind of wish it was glowing blue like a deflector, but it doesn't need to at the same time, because how fast is the Rainforest ship going and where is it going? Right?
Oh, it's the first Warp 10 ship.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. Now the nacelle, we do start to see some levels of repetition. That we've seen similar potentially before, but it's also somewhat different. I don't know what it's necessarily going for, but it's definitely feels techy. If it's just kind of just a tube. I don't know,
Yeah.
but I think texture-wise, the actual tree bit is actually really tremendous. So well done for that, because that's actually rather good.
Even the nacelle, I kind of like its construction because it's not typical Starfleet with the Red Bazaar. It's like this is a civilian ship. This is like a sanctuary ship. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of cool.
I'll do a poll. Give you 2 minutes to do the poll. Uh,
Indeed. That's why it's rainforest ship habitat for all the salamanders at warp 10. Ha ha,
ooh.
bruh. You
Uh-huh.
got that right. That's great.
I see. My brain made sense of the universe. That's crazy.
The warp 10 salamanders. What a thing we have to talk about on a
Yeah.
regular basis.
It's like, when will they appear in Lodex next? Because they will. It's like, oh shit. Yep.
Oh, that's the other sad news. Seems like Netflix isn't renewing Prodigy for season 3 and is in fact removing season 1 soon and season 2 early next year from it, which is bullshit, but whatever.
I mean, not whatever, but oh, the idea of paying people. It's crazy. Crazy.
Yeah, it makes me not happy.
Yep. Because it won't be anywhere.
And yes, Dan, there is a ship called Bonaventure that has a cylinder thing in the front. It's in these Ships of the Line calendar, which it's like a TOS one. It's got a gold deflector there, but yeah, that's one of the things I saw when I first looked at this as well. um, Hi, Terrence. How's it going? Oh, man.
Bloody Prodigy. Give us more Prodigy.
And then Classic's next prompt is combine the last 2 super chats. So this will be quite intriguing, I'm sure.
Oh, it just likes making them dark for some reason.
Space is dark.
I know.
So here's the Starfleet version of the same ship because you got a Starfleet nacelle there. I kind of like the bridge module in place of the negative space.
It's true. That is true.
Yep. Yep. You can do without the symbol, although it's not Klingon like now. It's more like just like a star, which is cool. Again, yeah, it's a fantastic idea. It just feels like a ship that's full of either really stinky green gas or like moss. All the interior turned to like moss. But yeah, I get the tree vibe from it as well. So there's a lot going on with it. The whole color is kind of cool. Lack of windows is good because you would think there'd be like some walkable areas or something that you can maybe look at the space. There should be a few more windows on the other side as well as maybe this side, but it works. Yeah. The nacelle is very simplistic, but still gets the point across. Yeah, I really like that.
Yeah, I mean, it also gives me slightly mirror vibes with the dark hull and the whatnot. But if you're asking for the ridiculousness of a rainforest ship, it's got a giant rainforest, which is not that big, but it's got a giant structure, which looks secure, this version, right? Looks relatively secure. I wouldn't be too much concerned about its hull. With a lovely view, it's got plenty of space to have a real view. The nacelle looks well integrated. Yeah, it does, you know, what was a bit biased by Salad and appreciation and such, but yeah, it definitely hits the bill. Now I did actually misread his slightly. I'm gonna put in this one as well.
And Keith Jeffrey, 1974, throws in 2 pounds and says it's the USS Broccoli. Yeah, it does look like broccoli. Wow, holy shit.
So this is one because I missed labeled the thing. It's actually I asked it to combine the last Foley and itself without realizing I'd done that. So this is combining itself with itself. This is like photocopying a photocopy. So this is copying its own homework again. Not quite as good, eh?
No, it's lost something, even though it's gained something.
Yeah,
it's gained another nacelle, but it's lost the sleek integratedness of it all.
Yeah.
If you put that third nacelle on top of that center part where that red bit is, and still have that section go back, I mean that would be kind of cool. But
yeah,
interesting.
bit weird.
It's got some good ideas, but then sometimes it just doesn't know what the hell it's doing, so it's fine. Uh, yes. All right, guys, hit the like button. 31 of you here, 28 likes. Let's get to 30 likes. It's another 2 likes. So if you haven't hit like yet, please do so. And consider super chatting in. We want to make your dreams come true.
Or
Your crazy
nightmares.
visions. Yes, your crazy visions.
Yes. All right, next, where are we going? I say as I haven't just been spending every minute of this live doing that, but you know.
I know, but you just don't break the illusion. Shut the fuck up.
Where we go, Stuart?
Mark Lawrence, $5.
Mark Lawrence.
Let's try for a TOS era runabout type ship.
And Mark got 2 because he's a lad. So I gave 2 pictures of the runabout and the TOS shuttle. And one I asked to combine, and then on the right I said, make it more like the runabout. And that's the 2 we got.
I mean, it kind of did its job a little bit. The second one especially has like the 3-window configuration at the front.
Yeah.
The attachment points of like the runabout for the nacelle. Interesting. Actually, those are both ships I could definitely see existing in TOS.
Like that right hand one is kind of like a minivan.
Yeah.
You know, like it's like actually like the shuttle pod right from TNG. It's like it's just an inferior shuttle, but
yeah,
it wouldn't take much to make that quite usable. Actually, I do actually kind of love the back warp grills, like little diddly ones. Like we have got warp, don't worry, but also not. I kind of like that.
Yeah. Oh, those actually both work. I could see those floating around in the background of some scene, you know, with the TOS Enterprise in dry dock.
Like I wouldn't say either fit the bill of a TOS runabout, but there was asked for twice. But I don't, you know. And it really hasn't changed the shuttle much on the left. I mean, am I missing anything that's not doing? What's it changed? Like, what's it not changed? I suppose.
Well, let's change the 3 windows to 2.
No, on the left.
Yeah, change the 3 windows
Oh,
to 2.
Sorry.
There's 3 windows in Galileo. The door is a different shape. The attachment point for the nacelle, and it tried fitting the registry on the nacelle, but it wasn't long enough. Added the blue glow. There's a few changes there for sure.
Yeah.
And also the top part doesn't curve in.
Yeah.
It's just straight. Yeah.
But it's kind of cool though, in its own unique way. But
yeah,
let's throw in
really cool.
one of the other ones I have pre-made. There's not a ton, but a couple. Oh, actually, let's do one of the Klingon one. Well, no. I mean, you'll know it's Klingon, but what have I combined the Klingon ship with?
A Galore.
Yes.
Jeez. That's actually a really great design
for
a Cardassian ship. I like that a lot.
Or like the first in the Alliance. I mean, there's so much shockingly good detail on this.
Yeah.
It's kind of worrying actually how good this is. Yeah. I have to nick this. But like I say, if there was a Klingon, hybrid ship, part of the new Alliance, I could kind of buy it as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't get much Klingonness from it at all, except for the Klingon symbol on the front. But
well, it's 3 things. It's the symbol. It's having nacelles now and wings, right? But it's been able to do neither design realized. I think I did it with the Vorcha. I think so. It's kind of gave that curve front more of a point, like a bit more.
Yeah.
But it's really understood the assignment there. Even the scale.
I like it. I like it a lot.
And just the fact they like textured it all kind of well, and the rims a different color, and
there's a few wonkiness things going on with the wings.
Yeah.
The wing closest is just shorter. It's also got the gun mounted on top of it, whereas the other one has it mounted on the side, right? So, but that's cool. Maybe that serves a purpose. That's the asymmetry thing. I don't know.
Probably. Yep.
But that works. Yeah, that's really cool. 31 likes, 41 people now though. So hit that like button if you're just joining us. Let's get another 9 likes to get to 40 likes, and put in your submissions. If you want to combine two ships, about a $10 super chat would be awesome. $5 per ship. And if you just have a prompt or you want to make a change to an existing ship, the $5 super chat will suffice, but it helps us out immensely, supports the channel. You get your vision out there. We get to talk about it live with the community. It's a great time for everybody. So,
and you get some wins like this just by shoving two designs together.
Get some wins and a few misses,
but
that's
there is a couple of wins normally in these lives.
Oh yeah.
All right, next
up we've got classic for real, $5. Sam, copy and paste this into chat GPT, exactly this. TOS era Klingon one wing class.
and after that
Didn't work.
so a king.
Oh. After that, $5 TOS era Miranda class.
So that's what I asked. That was directly what you asked. And I told it just to copy, just to shoved Miranda and TOS after that. So that's the original TOS Miranda. What do you think?
Interesting design, but not at all Miranda-esque at all. But yeah, it does have TOS feel to it. Every texture on that feels TOS, from the secondary hull shape to the one underneath the saucer there. And by secondary hull, I meant like behind that has the struts. The nacelles are quite simplistic TOS nacelles. I even love the BC deck under the bridge. I think that's actually kind of a cool curvature it's got. Yeah, it feels TOS for sure.
Oh, exactly that slicey, like the razor blade coming out of the.
Oh, there's one at the back too.
Yeah.
There's also like a little forked like tongue thing at the back of behind the bridge, which is really weird. I don't know. It's just it's aerodynamics. It's for splitting space, I guess. Yeah.
He knows, guys. He knows.
It must be the case, right?
He has confidence of all of the knowledge.
Yep. I am superior.
Yeah, this design I've had a few times, very similar. I don't quite know why it likes this sort of. I think because, like I said, this was just asking directly what you asked versus submitting the two designs. So then, of course, I said, nah, that's not good enough. So to actually combine the Miranda and the TOS, now we've got a bit more going on.
That's better. Still feels TOS-ish. I love what they did with the roll bars, putting the nacelles on top, as was the original design idea for the Reliant.
Yeah.
But it's also got something trailing back from that as well. And each side's not the same, which is kind of the simplicity of also the stacked bridge module decks. Don't like that. It doesn't feel like TOS design. It doesn't feel like, it just feels like a UFO design almost, you know. But I do like the idea of the roll bar with that middle support, and then the nacelles up there is kind of interesting. So yeah, it's got a lot going on though, and it doesn't know what it's doing because it's not symmetrical. But I see what it pulled for sure.
Yeah, I appreciate. I mean, I can see the Miranda little tiny details. Are there 4 nacelles? Because what would that be then if it's not a nacelle?
There's only 3 because there's not one on the other side.
Well, I assume there should be, right? Make the connection. Assume it's a mirror. I can't think of that. But is it? Well, I mean, in fairness, would that be too radical if the top nacelle is actually a Bassard and a shell bay, and the bottom is only the warp coil? I mean, could you split up the Bassard?
That'd be, yeah, I would assume you could. Yeah.
It's bold. It's weird.
Because it's TOS era, the Bassard collectors have to have line of sight to the space in front of them, so they can't be hidden behind anything. So they're up there, and then the nacelles are down where they have line of sight with the chiller grills facing each other.
Because the roll bar gave them the way of that. See? It all makes sense. Right? Yep.
Sure.
All right. What was his request again? The
Klingon Copy and paste this exactly. TOS era Klingon one wing class.
You know what? I think you did quite a good job. Are you ready? Are you sitting down?
Yes.
Robert.
Uncomfortably so, but
Ah.
that looks like that looks like the Borg thing.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like the
That's not
Borg
bad,
ship.
though.
Oh wow, yeah. You didn't feed it the Borg thing as inspiration, did you?
Copy and paste.
Exactly what he said.
Yep.
Wow. Holy shit, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Now put a boom on that and a typical Klingon head.
Yeah.
Knock that big gun off.
Oh.
Incorporate it some other way, like on the other side, maybe.
Oh god, yeah. One wing, one cannon. That's interesting. On the other side. I don't know if you need to add a boom per se, but just make the bottom of the front bit curve down. So integrate that shape in, to make it really compressed. I mean, I love the fact they did the Klingon symbol that cleanly. And what a testament to Klingon. First thing you see.
Yeah.
Although the nacelle reminds me of a electric cigarette lighter thing. Like it has that kind of like, you know, color palette and
yeah.
But as a little
small
Klingon
ship
fighter,
too.
Exactly, yeah, with the windows.
Yeah, the windows make it quite a small ship, but hey, you know what? That works.
Yeah.
Again, with some tweaking, this could be really cool. So
You could do something with it, for sure.
Yeah.
What does Classic think? I'm very eager to hear what he thinks.
I don't know if he does think.
Well, that's a whole different thing.
All right, we're at 34 likes. Can we get to 40? Can we get another 6 likes? Look at your like button. If you haven't clicked it, give it a click. And, oh, I should probably read the poll as well. I haven't done that yet. What do you think of the Proto Rainforest ship? 75% liked it, 25% didn't.
Very nice. Let's do one for this as well.
Yes. I mean, if you're familiar with FASA and the Klingon One Wing, which we've talked about yesterday, and I think last week at some point, we talked about the One Wing twice now, recently. Thanks to Classic for
That's
Real.
the same man, yes. Forcing the same pain.
So if you're aware of it, and with just that prompt for ChatGPT to come up with this, what do you guys think? I think that's pretty impressive, honestly. You would assume it has access to the internet and would search things.
Yeah.
If you would put FASA in that prompt,
Ooh.
chances are you might have had something a little bit more familiar to what you were looking for. But this is a good interpretation of what you wanted. So, and the new poll is up. What do you think of the AI Klingon One Wing? We got 8 votes. Let's try to get to 20 votes if we can. And like I said, let's try to get to 40 likes. Classic says, LOL, thinking takes too long. Oh, thinking takes too long. Yes. What do you think of this design, Classic? Let us know. This was your idea.
Yeah, it's, I would think, pretty successful. Pretty successful, all things considered.
It's on the road to success for sure. It didn't fumble out of the gate.
Yeah, and it would be interesting to take that same FASA sketch that is famous and say, make that a photoreal, which I must have a little bit, but like a FASA shot, specifically the line drawing, and makes a photoreal Starfleet Federation ship. That would be interesting. You know, it's like prompting.
I wonder if we'd be able to interpret like orthos, like front, side, and top views into a ship design, or would it just mash those all together into something weird?
Yes.
I wonder.
That is my answer.
Perfect. All right. Are we good to move on to the next one? Okay, so Brett Dean, $10. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
A Ross-class saucer docked onto a Galaxy-class star drive section, perhaps when developing the Ross-class.
I gave it shots of both, and I gave the prompt.
But does it know what a star drive section is? I just got an exclamation point on my screen.
Why you break? Why?
But I can see it on the live.
Oh, bam, there you go.
Oh, Perfect.
Docked is a relative phrase. It
Yeah.
understood docked in a version of that, and in fairness, that top does kind of like the Ross render I gave it,
Yeah.
give or take. But that was a very specific and technical thing. That is
Yeah.
little. I gave it exact shots so that it had both. As you can see, Ross class 7.8 or 6.8 7.4. It's not a bad galaxy though. If you ignore the docking, the curved pylons, the cleaner, the simpler nacelles, the kind of the curve of the, it was all pretty. As a less elegant galaxy, and even like the texturing, the panel lines, pretty cool.
Did you put in? Did it have an X in any of those pictures you put in? Because that interests me. Because
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. The long registry, 6 digits. But hey, and I'd fire the painter because they didn't get it centered properly. So I'd be embarrassed to go anywhere with that ship.
But it's a ship that lists left, so you
Okay.
gotta
So
keep
it flies like this.
And Schmobody, I don't understand your prompt. So can you, if you want to skip down to theirs after Olivia's, because I don't understand it, to be able to put in.
We're gonna read Classic for Reals $5 one. Mark Lawrence's super chat.
Yeah, but skip that and go to Schmobody so we can understand what they mean, so I can put it in.
Schmobody, $5. Aero shuttle with a lower deck, like the main deck mirrored underneath, making it 2 decks. Alternatives. Season 8 for Voyager, and it's a quotation. I think because the bottom is so flat and has no detail, take the top and put it on the bottom so it's got like a top and a bottom. I think that's what he means.
I don't know how to ask it to do that.
I don't either.
What should I type in, Stuart? Because I don't know what to do with this.
Make the aero shuttle not suck. Just kidding. The aero shuttle is great. Make the bottom of the aero shuttle more interesting. I don't know. That's a very good. I don't know what to tell you to prompt it.
Don't know if I have a shot at the bottom of the aero shuttle. Underside saucer.
39 likes. We're 1 like away from the 40 I was looking for. So if you're that one person, if you're that one person that hasn't hit like, please do so.
I'll try in something that's I mean I think I can type something that you asked for.
And I'm gonna end the poll. What do you think of the AI Klingon One Wing? 84% people loved it, 14 or 16% didn't. So
very nice. I'm just gonna type.
General Grievous says mirror the dorsal side onto the ventral side. Yeah, that might work. Damn man, if you just say ask it to mirror it, it won't understand that necessarily. It might do something really wonky with it.
And also, it won't know what an aero shuttle is in context of a shape, in context of that voyaging. Like those things are a bit beyond its understanding without just turning into nonsense. So I'm feeding images and trying to
Yeah, General Grievous is more like what Dan said, but like more better for the AI. So got to finesse with AI, Dan. You can't just be like, do this. You got
unless you give it a picture and then whatever happens, but then you won't necessarily get the result you want, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, AI takes a lot of finessing and finagling to get it right. So yeah, I mean those ships look docked. The bottom one is a very interesting Enterprise. It's got one little nacelle on the starboard side over there, kind of hiding. I don't mind the shape of the bottom ship, honestly. It's just where the nacelles, add some nacelles. But it's got a nice kind of stance and bulk to it, which doesn't look bad at all. Still feels very Starfleet, so.
But I got the next one if you wanna.
Mark Lawrence, super chat combined with the Discovery Season 3 Arrow runabout. Classic for real.
Well, yeah, we missed broccoli, but it didn't make a very.
I read that already because that was during when we were looking at the ship, the Rainforest ship.
Broccoli, it kind of failed.
Said it looked like broccoli inside.
This is broccoli. Way didn't really do very well. It's just every other ship with a broccoli symbol. Not quite as good as it could do, but I did try. All right.
Yeah.
As requested, this is Mark Lawrence's shuttle. I said combined with the Discovery Season 3 runabout. There is no Discovery Season 3 runabout, of course, so I don't know what it thought I was asking. But we did it!
I mean, if there was an nacelle on the other side,
Let's assume there
nacelles
is.
are a little big and bulky and long, but that's fine, I guess. Don't know when the Enterprise got a new registry number, but you know, that's fine too. There's some interesting ideas here. Again, make some changes to that nacelle, like size it down a tad, and it's actually a workable TOS shuttle design.
Like, it's almost too busy compared to the TOS simplicity, but it's busy in all the right ways. Well, I'm getting huge JJ vibes with the pylons at the back of the ship.
Yeah.
And it kind of reminds me of, as if almost they did this in the 60s, like a cable car from the Alps. Right?
Yeah.
As if they bought one or had one, repainted it, added stuff on, but that was their baseline of the structure, which is, you can imagine them doing. I can very much see them like a door that slides out, and yeah, I don't know. That's what I see.
Yeah, I see that too.
But it's pretty good. Like if Captain Foley wanted to fly this in a Trek shorts, it wouldn't be very hard to build.
Yeah.
Although I'm confused, and you tell me what you think. Is a nacelle too long, and is it because it's long on the ship pretty much?
It is. Yeah, I've already said it's a little too long and a little too thick as well. Scale that down a tad so that then the Bazaar collector is just behind the front of the ship. I think it would work much better. So, yeah.
The brain says, huh? But yeah. Yeah. A good baseline to go on. We'll start the next one. We'll do the next one. We'll start this one, then you do the next one.
Devo says it reminds me of an RV. Yeah, kind of. All right, so Olivia, quick, make the new Deep Space Nine 100. It needs to be Federation, Klingon, and Romulan in design.
Yes, it does. You ready?
Yes.
I gave no visual prompts.
Holy shit.
That's pretty good.
So it's got Cardassian elements.
Very Cardassian elements, yeah.
Klingon spire, like on the top.
Oh yeah.
Looks like something you'd see on Kronos.
Kronos.
It's got the color of Romulan ships, including
and the glows.
No Federationness in there though, except for one of the red stripes. But honestly, this is kind of cool as a defense platform or a station. In a game, I could see this totally being a thing.
Oh, from a game, yeah. But also, you could pick any of the 4 different unique pylon designs and say, make that on all 4 sides. Because actually, all 4 of them have something to say. I really like the one most on the right, which is a pointy one out and then goes right into the top. It's minimalist, but the layering kind of works. But also, the one of them first left gives me a Romulan beak, like the way it's nice. It actually kind of works. Oh, and even the bottom one having the bottom left, the pillar connect back into the lower thing. Actually,
you know what it reminds me of a lot is from Armada, the Klingon like base, the starbase you get at the beginning, like you know what I mean? It's got that kind of look to it.
It's not. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'm teasing you all. There's a base in Star Trek Elite Force, which is a homogeneous like combination of all different designs.
Yeah, it is.
That'd be fun to take and say like re-render this photoreal in a scene from a show. Like how because there's so many desperate elements.
In General Grievous, it's Packland Clump Station.
Oh, I mean, it's too logical for that, but yeah. Yeah, I mean that is that's got to be one of the best successes so far.
Yeah, that's really great
because it's kind of doing nothing right, but it's doing a lot of your imagination, right?
And I even love that it doesn't have pylons on one side. It's just got this protrusion, which you could imagine is a weapon of some kind, so it can like turn itself and like.
Yeah. Well, like I said, every pylon is unique. So you can make each one a unique station, but like, oh, that's a Cardassian weapons platform, that's a Cardassian docking station. I see some logic there. As stupid as that is, because it can't. Oh, actually, I wonder. Okay, $5. We could ask, like, explain this design. Right?
Ooh.
I know, because it's so designed almost thing.
That would be interesting to see what it comes up with for that, for sure. Um, okay.
I like it.
So yeah,
That's great. Well done. Oh, it's almost as if there should be like a community vote of who wins the best prompt. You know what I mean? Because that's a pretty strong.
Oh, and congratulations to all you guys. We hit our goal, so
Oh,
you get a bonus ship, of course.
oh, I've been kind of
As you guys
throwing them
know.
in the whole time.
I know. It's just fun to have like a bonus thing to work towards.
Bam! There you go. Bonus one. You might guess the first one.
Oh, an XO1 shuttle pod.
What do you think the second thing I combined it with was?
A hover car of some kind?
No, it's all Trek. It's all Trek. Okay, that's a great. Okay, vote now. Anyone that gets it, it's Enterprise. They get a free roll.
So it's an XO1 shuttle pod combined with blank.
Yes. Anything from the X01 era.
Do they get a hint?
No.
Is even not a Viper? Oh,
No,
Star Trek, you said for sure.
No stress. I'm saying if people are that good at Trek to be able to guess, to throw out guesses and feed the YouTube algorithm that we people like us, I mean to be part of the community. Yeah, submit your ideas. Although I mean you know ships, right? So you should know.
I've got nothing.
Because you should know the ship anyway.
Well, tell me it's easy from this picture.
Oh, it's not. I don't think it is.
Well, there you go. So don't even say that. I need a hint of some sort.
No, I mean, when I tell you it, you'll know what the ship is, I think. That's what I was trying to say. So it's not that obscure, but also we're Trekyards. It's a little bit of a... I don't know.
Benjamin Stone guesses a phaser.
The Starship Phaser? What do you mean? Yeah, throw some guesses. What ship is this combined with? As I load the next couple of prompts.
You got me. I don't know.
But what do you think about the design?
It's very interesting. I like this better than the shuttle pods.
Wow.
Quite a bit, actually. Not a big fan of the shuttle pods, as you know.
Why?
Because they're fucking ugly.
No. Why'd you like this one better?
Because it's beefier. It's sleeker.
Sleeker, beefier, spleefier?
Spleefier.
Excellent.
Sleekier. Sleekafee.
Lucifer? What?
No. Suliban pod says classic for real.
See, no, but you're thinking. He picked up the clue that's in the design.
Yeah, I'm gonna fail this trivia. I'm sorry. How long are we gonna guess for?
I mean, I really like how it's done the cockpit and the back, behind it is a little bit. But that's really sleek. That's properly nice how it's done that. Yeah. It is the Denobulan medical ship.
No idea what that even looks like.
Damn. You must give me all the credit in the world. Oh, Stuart. Oh. Do I even have? Right, of course I have that. Where would that be? I'm a classic guess. It's because the pod is now orangey red. So that there's not that many red ships. That's a shuttle, and he guessed a red one. So he was on the right track.
I don't see that at all.
Well, the shuttle pod's grey, and now it's orange. So it's
not though. It's just dirty gray. Like it's been to a planet. It's got some soot and stuff on it. It's not at all orange. In any stretch of the imagination.
There's the Denobulan medical pod, as I'm sure you're well aware. For those two shots. Nope. Okay then. Next
up we've got, well, Schmo Buddies. You got the Aero Shuttle done?
I do.
Okay, that's the next one then.
Yeah. Good luck, everybody. So read the prompt for those that weren't here 2 minutes ago, 3 minutes ago.
Somebody asked for an Aero Shuttle with a lower deck.
Yes.
Like the main deck mirrored underneath, making it 2 decks.
So
Alternative season 8 for Voyager and its Chakotay
so I
ship.
gave it, a very fair shot. Here's their shuttle bay. Here's our shuttle. Great, right? Cool.
No. Okay, there we go. That's better.
Yeah. And it generated this, which you could extrapolate in fairness.
It looks like one of the aliens from Conspiracy if they had a ship.
Or it's the air shuttle with warship Voyager pods on each side. What do you think?
It's a nice craft, honestly.
Yeah.
I'd like to see what the top looks like when it comes undocked, but I like it.
Quite like that.
Yeah, that works for me.
We reached
Hopefully
our
that scratched your itch, my buddy.
we reached our limit. So I was trying to get ahead. So I've got one more. I got two more prompts. Then we're out. Wait for it to. That's a prompt. There's too many. But also thanks. But I quite like that. I mean, like I say, that if you mentally replace it back with a Voyager bottom, like I could see that as like an attack pod popping out the phasers. Would be pretty aggressive. Yeah. Put the runabout cockpit at the top. Yeah. Kind of looks like a mite, like a bug.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Or even if you were to remove it from Intrepid entirely and have that on top of a starbase, like around Starbase 1, these were like in the hull as like little attack defense fighters.
Mm-hmm.
Specialist larger ships. I'm pretty happy with that.
And Schmo buddy, I'm sorry it didn't quite scratch your itch, but it's what it can do. So anyhow. You said you had one more after this one?
Yeah, I got two more.
44 likes. Let's get to 50, guys. 6. We're slowly climbing that ladder. Let's get to 50 likes. 6 more likes.
Yeah.
Olivia asked the question for $5. Does the Purple Enterprise have a purple bridge? This has been addressed a few times. We've seen 2 different versions of a purple bridge for the purple prize. So, perfect.
So I asked, what I told it was that it's an alternate universe. And like it was an alternate universe. So it did have carte blanche to change it a little bit.
Which did.
Which it did.
The position of the other 2 chairs, I don't mind at all. It's not as flowing and kind of cozy as it was before, but it's still very Starfleet.
It's more aggressive, and I don't know exactly why. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think because now every officer is separated. They're in their own like lane, literally and figuratively. So there's no like intercommunication. They're doing their job, looking forward, versus the all three nice and cozier team. It's very like direct.
And I like the integration of the consoles on those chairs. One's just an arm, the other one's got like the console, but it's like I like the way that's done.
I've never been the hugest fan of adding random steps for no reason, but I'm in this the way it's integrated in the dark purple step. Yeah,
should have been the Bridge of the Odyssey.
Yeah,
instead of the Odyssey bridge we got.
Actually, hell, I mean, I know they should. I mean, could they just move those 2 consoles forwards? Yeah, that would have been a fine Odyssey variant. Yeah. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it just takes imagination, right? Or no imagination, just artificially created.
Yes. It's purple-plexing.
Oh.
Badoonch.
Okay, I'm going to start a poll on this. I think the questions will be asked, right?
Yes. I can just see this being the Purple Prize Bridge. Alternate universe. Things are slightly different, but still very, very similar. Yeah. I have no issues with this. Is it just purple lighting, or is it all like painted purple? Maybe when you turn those lights off or turn on bright white lights, it's exact same. We don't even know.
I mean, that's
so the poll is up. Which do you prefer, the Purple Enterprise Bridge or the Enterprise Bridge? Purple Prize or Enterprise? Go vote.
Yeah, it's a real poll. It would. I mean, obviously I could do this in CG, but it would be interesting to actually take every light on the Enterprise D and make it purple. See what that would do. So not just like a hue, but then you're getting reflections of purple and you know what I mean.
Why
Like,
would you want? Why would you want Hugh there? He's a Borg. He's not purple.
but maybe in the purple universe, he's a purple Borg, which means he's a friendly Borg.
And he's a distinct hue of purple.
As they are all. I mean, he's very distinct. Yeah.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, and well done it. Yeah, it has carpet. The most important thing, of course. All hail
Yeah.
the carpet.
Yeah. And be mindful of the carpet and the walls. Don't touch.
Speaking of don't touch, they might attack you if you got a bit too close. Gotta say, I have a couple of Klingons to share while things are respooling. I am actually quite pleased with some of these. What do you think?
I like it, but I'm kind of conflicted on it a little bit.
I like it. Okay. Good.
The shape and size of the head is a little bit disproportional, but it's not it's not overly so, you know? Just slapping guns on the side of a thing to make it more aggressive looking. I mean, it works. And even like the shape of the rear module, that it's not symmetrical. That could just stay like that. I don't mind that at all. Huh. And a new Klingon symbol for this universe, I guess. This is also
Oh, that's
obviously
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a
Yeah.
bat wing combined with a fire, and it creates somehow
Yeah. It's like a flame. Like this is a specific cult or family or house in the Klingon Empire.
because I really like how it's understood the idea of plating and three-dimensional plating for the wings. It's giving it lovely texture, while not just being generic texture, right? And the guns aren't great, although I don't disagree fully with them. Certainly, if you're doing more Klingon, you'd like double up or even triple up the guns.
Yeah. Even the neck module or the neck section that has those like ridges in it, it feels like that's almost like a gear system so that it can slide back or slide out further.
It was the first Ferengi crossover ship, and then it was like it broke in the mid configuration.
Yeah.
But that's actually a very interesting concept. If maybe, stupid, I know, but warp field geometry is different at different, out and in. So if it goes all the way in, it's got a smaller profile, higher warp. I don't know. That's pretty funny. But as well, since you can still ask it text prompts, I asked it for a baseline on Starbase 100. So if you want to read out some of this, Stuart, however much you would like.
Sure thing, boss.
And this is with no prompts except what Olivia put in previously. So yeah, we are.
Starbase 100. A Trisect Alliance Strategic Command Outpost. Designation DS-100, commissioned in 2389. Location, Sector 4419, Neutral Zone, Confluence Point. Orbital body, none, free floating. Lagrange stabilizer field near the Boreas Expanse. Construction overview. In the wake of increased regional tensions and Dominion War aftershocks, Deep Space 100 was proposed in 2380 at the Quadrant Stability Summit. Oh, that's cool. On Alpha Centauri. Its mission to foster multinational cooperation, neutral research, and strategic readiness among the United Federation of Planets, Klingon Empire, and the Romulan Star Empire. Construction began in 2383 under a joint task force of Starfleet Corps of Engineers, Klingon High Command Engineers, and Romulan architectural prefectures 8. Prefecture 8. During the Romulan political instability following the supernova of 2387, delays forced Starfleet.
Shit. Wow.
It does. Delays forced Starfleet to assume primary coordination in 2386, finalizing the station's core structure by 2388. I love this history. Design profile, structure diameter 2.8 kilometers. Vertical height 3.1 kilometers. Docking capacity 40 ships of various classes. Population capacity 65,000, including civilian residents, diplomats, and visitors. Power source, dual quantum singularity reactor, Romulan, and fusion backups, which is Federation standard. Defensive systems, Federation regenerative shielding. Klingon disruptor batteries, 6 quad banks. Romulan cloaking lattice, experimental localized use only. So it can cloak as well. That's cool. And a lattice infers that it can cloak things around it as also. Um, distinctive features: tri-crescent docking arms modeled after Klingon outposts. Central tower resembling Romulan Senate citadels. I got more Romulan out of or Klingon out of that, personally. Federation style internal infrastructure, Lacars, turbolifts, and medbays. So the Federation stuff's on the inside. That's why you can't see it. Operational history 2389, commissioned, station officially named Deep Space 100 with Commodore Tavella Chikor, Andorian Starfleet, as first commanding officer. In 2390, Treaty of Nexus Protocols signed, served as neutral ground for intelligence sharing between the Tal Shiar and the Starfleet Alliance during the early Omega alerts. 2394, Klingon Civil War. The House of Duras attempted to seize the station during, that sounds like them, during the peak of Klingon unrest. Defenses held incident marked a turning point in Klingon unification. 2401, Omega Directive Incident. DS-100 was the first station to detect Omega molecule delay traces near the Orias expanse, prompting emergency protocols and lockdown. 2407, Romulan Reunification Summit. Hosted Praetor Rashval and Ambassador Spock's surviving aides, marked historic first steps towards unifying Romulus and the Reman factions. Cool. 2410, Borg Nano Cloud Crisis.
Oh, that's cool.
DS-100 housed Task Force Helix during the synthetic life form quarantine. One nacelle tower was jettisoned to prevent Borg corruption spread. Fuck, that is cool. Mission profile: diplomatic envoy exchange. Deep frontier research, temporal anomaly monitoring due to proximity to the Orias expanse, covert intelligence interception hub, Tal Shiar Section Gamma interface with Starfleet Section 31. Commanding officers notable: Commodore Tavala Chikora from 2389 to 2395. I'm almost done. This is just great stuff.
I'm riveted. This is like,
I know.
It's great.
Captain Latok of House Korath, Klingon liaison, 2391 to 2399.
Yeah, Korath.
Commander Slovak the first, I guess. Irian, Turian. Romulan first strategist, 2398 to 2405. And Admiral Tessa Lyons, Federation Joint Command, 2406 to present. Legacy and reputation. So we're almost done. Known colloquially as Spine, due to its spired tower and tri-armed architecture, Deep Space 100 is considered a symbol of the unity forged through adversity. It remains the only operational station jointly governed by all three powers. It is rumored to host a hidden Omega containment vault, but Starfleet Command denies all inquiries. And then it goes on to ask, would you like a technical cutaway diagram or deck layout, an Trekyards style summary graphic, and a ship registry document?
No, but I had to ask this question while the next thing is hopefully spooling in a second, because I want to know what the fuck this is.
Oh, you want to know more about the Borg Nano Cloud Crisis?
That sounded great! What the fuck is it?
Here's the summary. In the year 2410, the Borg Collective unveiled a new and insidious form of assimilation, the Borg Nano Cloud, a vast field of microscopic nanoprobes capable of infecting ships, stations, and even entire planetary biospheres without the need of physical drones. Unlike traditional assimilation methods, the nanocloud acted as a neurovirus, hijacking systems wirelessly and rewriting both biological and technological targets. This allowed the Borg to bypass shields and hulls entirely, posing an unprecedented threat to the Alpha and Beta quadrants. The Federation, Klingon Empire, and the Romulan Republic were forced into a renewed alliance, deploying advanced counter-nanotech shielding and adaptive IA AI firewalls. A major confrontation took place in the Azure Nebula, where a massive Borg unicomplex was discovered projecting the cloud using transwarp conduits. The crisis ended when a joint task force led by Tuvok, Admiral Tuvok, and General Martok destroyed the core node controlling the nanocloud, causing a cascading collapse across the collective's network in that sector. While the threat was neutralized, it served as a grim reminder that the Borg were still evolving and more dangerous than ever.
The end.
That. Yes.
That was very good. Wow. Nano Cloud. That has a really good ring to it. Cool. Boy, Olivia, you certainly got your $5 worth, didn't you? Wow. All right, next.
Classic for real, $5. TOS Aero Voyager style Aero shuttle.
I'm gonna reel from that. Goodness.
TOS Aero shuttle.
Yes. And I was clear to say keep it Aero shuttle-y, because you know, don't just make another TOS box. Vabam.
Wow, I like that a lot. I mean, fix the struts. Pick one. Either side is fine.
Pick one, ChatGPT. Pick one.
But yeah, I can see this docking into a bottom of a ship and having like a flatter surface on the bottom.
Yeah, very true.
And kind of advanced nacelles for TOS era, but I like it.
It's
like the next iteration.
It's a bit too Star Warsy, though, I'd say.
No, not with the feeding it the prompt of an Aero shuttle. I don't think so.
I mean, I've seen that front like third from a
fighter. Does look familiar.
I mean, everything else, no, but just like even the colors are quite distinct. Yeah.
49 likes, guys. One more like to get to 50. One more of you can make the difference.
Yes. No, I quite like that.
I'm going to end the poll.
Oh,
sorry.
Yes. Oh, yeah, please.
Which do you prefer, the purple Enterprise bridge or the Enterprise bridge?
Oh, sorry, the very serious poll we did, yes. Mm-hmm.
The purple prize wins with 52%. The Enterprise gets 48.
Fucking Andrew Probert, eat your heart out, man. You know. I mean, that would be a bit of a naughty thing to do, just like take TNG, color it purple with some clever, like make it more than just a grade, and re-release it as the purple TNG, you know, the next generation purple prize.
The purple prize series.
And that's it. That's the only change. Or maybe you know what you do? Like remove like 5 minutes per episode, right? Just enough tweaks that you realize the pace is broken, how you remember it, but it's still the same episode. Like just little things.
And put in the intakes, the Star Trek intakes, where they have the outtakes that they put into the actual scene, because they make the scenes seem more real sometimes, because that's how people would react. So yeah, do that instead of the actual scene. Yes.
But I mean, this is a bit of effort. But if you did that, like, take out lines so that it never quite makes sense, like something about it's off, but then do new CG in the back, like at exterior, to like have new purple shots between everything, so it does cut to new things.
Yeah.
Yeah, recutting TNG. That's interesting.
Yeah, and people are saying it looks like the shuttle from V or the one from Enemy Mine. Yeah, it does. That front end is kind of very generic. You take the nacelles off of it, and it could be a fighter from anything. Yeah.
It is pleasant though.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
But not very creative. Damn it, ChatGPT. Now, speaking of creative, this next one is very, very creative.
Benjamin Stone, 10 pounds. The X with the TOS Romulan bird of prey. Damn.
I tried.
I actually covered one like that before from a comic.
All right.
TOS style the X. It just wanted to get the bird on there, didn't it? I had no way to put it on a bottom, so it just slapped it on the side.
Yep.
There's two good ships here. cut it down the middle and mirror each one, and you got a pretty cool ship. I'd get rid of the bird though.
Oh, but that's such a definitive thing.
It always makes it Roman-like though. Every time it redoes the
Yeah.
bird, it makes it Roman
Hmm.
with the face and the beak. It just and the feathers. It just feels
He's not
off.
wrong. But
But
it,
some good shapes.
but exactly as I go to summarize it, there's some decently good shapes. And the kind of the organicness is smaller. I like that it has registered that it's meant to be a smaller ship. It's kept the symbol pretty much. But yeah,
Yeah.
it did not know. That said, right? It's almost as if if it is the same on the left and the right, but like the blast shield armor, like would go on both sides, and the bird, bit excessive, but like that's an armor. So if you undid that, it would be the same on both sides.
Yeah.
And actually, I wouldn't. I mean, okay, the bird is absurd, but although in fairness, that's hard to sketch. So well done for making a relatively good. You
The
know,
bird, bird, bird. The bird is absurd. Bird, bird, bird. The bird is absurd.
sure it's absurd.
You guys come here to be entertained. Are you not entertained?
Yes, but yeah, I like the baseline of this. Actually,
Yeah.
just a bit weird, but no shit. And I thought it would like lean more towards the white of one. I thought it'd be more
Yeah.
surprised. Yeah, pretty cool.
All right. Got the next one up and ready.
Yes.
So Cuban Writer, $5.
Good to see you. It's been a while. Where have you been?
Vulcan Shuttle Warp Sled from Star Trek the Motion Picture, mated
Oh,
to a
that was the one before that.
S.
Yeah, you missed one.
Oh, I did miss one. Brett Dean. Sorry, $5. Would love a highly detailed refit Connie that has been Borgified. Borg piping and green deflector and self-illumination.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, did that perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
I love that it's got like a skeletal look to the neck. Like the way it's attached is very interesting. Nick 1701A. Cool. NIC. Those nacelles are something awesome. They look very Klingon. But I love the piping on it. It does feel like a Borg ship. A refit constructed purely from Borg parts.
Is the word shockingly successful appropriate?
Yes, absolutely.
Because it's like it's very much like steampunk sort of. Let's just take. This is obviously a shot from the famous shot of the TMP Enterprise, right? That's what I used, and it has taken it, and it's done, but it's done enough. Like, I mean, obviously you put the prompt with the pipes. It's done enough to sort of corrupt the design to make it feel original and new, while still being entirely faithful. Like if I'm correct, it's actually removed the neck partially, and it's kind of see through. Like it's all
Yeah.
just big piping.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
That's what I mean by the skeletal look of it. It seems like tendons and stuff there. And it's almost it's moved the saucer back a little further, I think. Doesn't stick forward quite as much. But I love that. That is fantastic.
It's not HR Geiger, but it's right. It's
It's reminiscent of it.
yeah, it's dipping its toes in. I mean, gosh, the Xenomorph Enterprise. Oh hell, fucking $5 prompt combine a Xenomorph and Enterprise. That's an interesting one. Oh, that's interesting.
That's great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
that's a success for this one for sure.
I hard to do, but yeah, winner of the best AI of the live. I don't know how the hell you do that at the end of every live, but like,
Wow. I think it's tied with the station. The station's pretty cool too.
yeah, I like it.
All right. Next up, we got Cuban Raider,
Yes.
$5. Vulcan shuttle warp sled from Star Trek TMP, mated to the SD-103 executive shuttle, NAR 25820, as seen in Star Trek 6.
Yes. Now I did put in pictures of both.
Yep. Okay. I see the Vulcan warp sled influence. That's about it. Well, and the markings on the side are very. It just took the exact same registry and stuff. So I see what it's going for. It just didn't do a very good job of incorporating the two together.
Well, I think it actually on something new, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Because actually, that's not bad at all as a piece of Star Trek. Like it feels like someone designed it for not a comic but a video game. Like they needed a shuttle in like Star Trek, but like just off the generations during like Enterprise B, and they're like, oh, we need a shuttle to fly over Starfleet Command, and
Feels like a Prodigy shuttle.
oh, yeah, I mean the blue glows, yeah, or like at the end of Generations, ironically at the end, there's a sort of five shuttle with warp grills, as if this is an in between. This is Enterprise. I mean, Enterprise C shuttle. Could you see this be Enterprise C shuttle ish?
Yeah, possibly.
It's a bit sleek for that, but I mean, if you're looking at literally a shuttle, right, to shuttle people,
Yeah.
I would certainly remove the forward blue glows. But I do really like the fact that it kind of understood line of sight. It didn't, but
the forward blue the ghost should be there when the arm phasers. See those fire arm phasers.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. But it's actually a pretty decent design. You can definitely take inspiration from that.
All right. No, that's a good one. I like that one.
That one is still going.
Gotcha.
But I can throw one of my other Klingon designs because I enjoyed taking that first Klingon design and saying, make it more aggressive, make it more detailed, like give it very specific, like to iterate off a theme. So this was my ask to make it more aggressive. So see if you, like it less.
Yeah, I made it a little more like the slenderness. It just doesn't feel like a strong ship. As a patrol ship or a scout ship, yes, this works 100%. It's got a face going on. It's got like a vulture head almost. But it works. I mean, I could see it in a fleet. I could see it in a fleet shot for sure. So successful in that regard.
Yeah, it's boring.
Yes.
But it's clearly Klingon, and it could fit in many eras. Right? Like it's not. It's actually a success. It's just boring. But that in itself is kind of a success.
Yes.
Yeah. And definitely, I do like the grilling and it being a moving. That's really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we got the next one. It's actually, I think, one of my favorites so far.
Well, Schmo Buddy, you should feel honored. $5. Peregrine fighter with the scale and design dimensions of a bird of prey.
Like, I don't think I knew what that meant, but I put in two images and it did something, and I quite like the design.
Yeah, this feels like a small Klingon fighter of some sort.
That's pretty cool. It did fighterize it. I really like the head with the red. That's really cool. The thin neck actually kind of works here. The big bulky engines, that works for me on most counts, I'll be honest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I get fighter vibes from it, just from the shape of those wings and the size of the guns. It's like a small ship. It's like 3 people max kind of controlling it. Yeah. It maintains the aggressive, like, bodybuilder or football player look of the bird of prey.
I can almost see, like, for me, there's a cockpit and there's no space in the neck, right? That level
Yeah.
small. So if that back pod between the two engines is just a torpedo launcher,
Yeah.
right? Like there's nothing else. It's just a tube and like 5 torpedoes stacked, and that's it. Which I actually kind of love the structure of that.
Yeah, that's a win for sure.
And then I'm picturing at the back of the head there's a door and it ladders down like the bird of prey. And so that's why the neck's so thin, because it needs a door, little things like that. But it definitely is a fighter Klingon bird of prey, but also neither of those things. Oh, I love the fact it's taking the black arm detail but integrated into the engine, so it's not what it is in bird of prey, but it's kept it, but not. Vote
Yeah.
now. I made a poll about it because it's too
And
good not to.
classic, your newest super chat is probably for another live because we're going to do that. We're going to combine different ships from different franchises, but
Uh,
we'll indulge you here. But
depending if we have enough time.
yeah, we should probably kind of go through these.
I'm trying.
I know, I know. Let me know when I can do the next one. 56 likes again. That's fantastic. We hit our 50 goal. Can we hit 60 though?
Ooh.
4 more likes with 36 of you here. Who knows?
Or 70.
Ooh, see, he's master that one. If you haven't hit like yet and you're just joining us, hit the like button. Do us a favor. We appreciate it. And if you think of anything cool to put in super chat wise for ideas, do that as well.
And Stuart, pimp our live this weekend because it has changed.
Yes,
since.
it has changed. It's not Sunday now. It's Saturday. So Saturday in the afternoon, we will be doing a Drunkyards review of Star Trek 3, Search for Spock, which is a great movie. Just watching it today, getting some screen caps and stuff, and I kind of realized that I remember liking this movie more than Star Trek 2 when I was younger. I have it way more memorized than Star Trek 2, I think, which is odd. But it's just something about it, especially the first half with the starbase and all of that is such cool visuals and stuff. So yeah, I really love Star Trek 3. So tune in for that on Sunday or Saturday. And stop by, have us have a few drinks, contribute to that, and see what a drunk review is like because they're always fun and we love hanging out with you guys. So yeah.
Yes, and yet certainly this live will be very important to help us out what we do. So if you can, please do, and yeah, help us have more fun. And it's I think what you mentioned about the movie in particular, why you might resonate with it, not necessarily more, but maybe more, is that Star Trek 2 is a big adventure, right? But it keeps very focused.
Yeah.
3 has a lot of small scenes in lots of various sets with lots of various tones. So you could list the fun moments. Khan is more focused. Which Khan on the bridge? There's like 9, and they're good, but like and this is, you know what I mean. So I think 3 has so many little tiny, tiny and ears like that. These are all unique moments. Are all quite good.
This is a hint to what you'll hear on Saturday, but like,
Ooh.
I really enjoy the movie up till the destruction of the Enterprise. First of all, it's a sad moment.
And his
But
heart
once they get on
goes,
the Genesis planet, which is not even the last third, it's less than that. But
yeah,
that's where it kind of, for me. But up to that point, there's some really fantastic stuff. Seen a whole bunch of new ships, seen a bunch of people in Monster Maroons in the background at the bar and stuff. It's just, you feel like you're in Starfleet. Like that's what you would see. So I don't know, maybe that's why I like it. But anyway, and Classic says, well, if we do his prompt, it could be the thumbnail for the live where we cross universes. So
yeah, fair point. All right, the next one is Primed and confusing.
So that's Mark Lawrence's $13. So thank you. How about a photorealistic version of the animated series Enterprise when it had to dock with the Klingon D7 to escape the anomaly in the time trap? Enterprise was the top. Yes.
I thought, let's give it the best chance possible, right? Let's actually give it the shot. Right?
Okay.
Oh, God, it was so dark.
Oh, too bad job. But doesn't know what a D7 is.
I mean, yeah, but it did dock them far more than the other one did. Like, that's shockingly good considering it's kind of a bullshit thing. Yeah.
This is just like Starship porn now,
yeah.
literally.
Oh, Mark, what did you make us do? That's pretty good.
This is how the Klingon bird of prey became a thing. It's a result of this pairing.
Oh dear. Or it's how the Romulan bird of prey happened because in TOS season 0.2 they got together and
yeah.
I kind of like the nacelle guns though. Although it's definitely well, I mean, okay, fine. It might not realize there's 2 nacelles on the D7. I could see why it's getting confused, right? I could get that. Or it's taking from the single wing from earlier.
And Raj, I thought the same thing. He says the Klingon ship looks like it has a face. Yeah,
yep.
1000%.
It's like a Muppet.
Yeah.
But it's a shockingly good Connie, and the fact that it's getting reflection from the D7 in the Connie bolt and saucer. And we've got to give a bit more. Obviously, it's got the shape there, but the fact that it can, that is a significantly closer Connie than you would think it could do. To that level of icon, that it can understand the prompt, take in the reference, which is not very clear in terms of like detail, and make a 75% correct Connie. More than that is very impressive. So well done,
Yeah.
Well done.
Yes, indeed. 2 more likes to get to 60, guys. You make us go, and we love you for it.
It's true. 100% true. All right, next one is...
I guess that's my cue. Anthony, $5.
Oh, God.
How about the DS9 Defiant turned into a dreadnought with 3 nacelles?
You know what? I appreciate the clarification, DS9 Defiant. You knew, sir. You knew. 2 Defiants. Well done. And here we go. Although you can see what it's done.
Yeah, it's taken the ship from earlier and
Yep.
just the Drify.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fail. That's an absolute fail.
Oh.
Although with some refinement, this could be an interesting little design.
Oh, so it's not a fail. It's just a fail.
It's a fail, but not a failure.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
Okay. Excellent. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate, as always, how bloody close you got the Defiant, considering, right?
Yeah.
And definitely, if you squinted and stepped several foot away, as in not the other ship, but the Defiant part.
Yeah.
It got pretty close, and this is where sometimes you're pulling details. I mean, less specific or all the same shapes. Like, yeah, it's done a bit too much homogenous for other things. Which the next one's also done some homogenous. I appreciate its thought, but yeah, whereas like Klingon, it was so fresh and new.
Yeah, I don't even want to look at this anymore. I can go away. Sorry, Anthony. Olivia Julius, though, $5. Have it explain the new DS9 station. We did that already, so thank you.
Thanks for that.
Brett Dean, $5. The TNG era pizza delivery starship based on a constellation class and the little pizza delivery sign atop cars. So Pizza Planet. USS Cheesy. Hey, be there in under 30 parsecs or it's free. Oh, that's Star Wars. Sorry.
I mean, it made a pun. It decided a pun.
It did that on its own?
Yeah, I didn't say cheesy. Yeah. I put in the prompt as asked.
It ain't easy being cheesy.
But you know what's super depressing? I could kind of see this being... I mean, I kind of wish it was you'd asked for like a shuttle with some versus a starship. But like a Type 9 with that top... Like, if you were able to iterate through various, take more photoreal and more logic, it's dumb as hell, but somebody on Earth, in some part of the world, say, oh, you know those classic sign ships from like 90, 100 years ago? They say, let's do that on ours. Someone would do it, and it would look like this. Ish.
I mean, the design works. It's for a starship, so, I mean...
Yeah.
I'm happy with that.
I like it too. Alright, let's throw in one of my pre-mades as I've got a few more. Ah, yes. This was me asking for... Well, I mean, what do you think? It was a very simple prompt.
My mind is thinking of... That looks super familiar. It's a Klingon ships, Klingon something.
Oh, I just said a sleeker Klingon design than the previous ones I was doing. Because that's pretty freaking sleek. I mean, it's too sleek, probably, but it's pretty freaking sleek.
It's gonna crash into the ground in like a nanosecond.
Yeah, where did that come from? Where's Planetscape come from?
It's an atmosphere fighter of some sort. I don't know.
With, I mean, kind of lightsaber claw blades.
Yeah.
I mean, not to be too brutal, but this is obviously fightery size, right? Imagine this flying, and the wings can do this and slice through you as it flies. Now
Ooh, the cleave fighter.
that's a design clowns could do. Make it energize blade tips, then go through fighters. Because very simply, yeah, you get a ship's shields down. This thing comes in, glides along the bottom, slices everything. That's some proper menacing, yet tactical. Ah, can you imagine like a dishonorable Klingon does it to the bridge module? Yep.
Yep.
It's not a good time. Now the next one's a bit funny, so I asked to do it again. So we've got the first one.
Okay, well, Olivia Julius, $5. The Canada class starship, of course. The registry ends with A.
Oh,
A.
not that one. I thought you were making a joke. One after that.
Combine the bird of prey with an X-wing, thanks to Classic for Real.
Now it did it, but
No, it just tinted it green and gave it like a more rounded nose.
Yep.
And more different guns.
So I'm underwhelmed by this AI. I guess it thinks it's too damn iconic.
It looks like it just left the Dagobah. It's just covered in like slime and moss.
Vine juices. Yeah.
So you're going to have it do it again?
Yeah, that's not good enough.
Not good enough, damn it. Not good enough. It's just dirty. Yes, it is a dirty whore. I mean, what? 61 likes. We hit my 60. But we're going to hit Sam's 70 because he asked for 70. So 9 more likes. If you haven't hit it yet, please do so. Appreciate that immensely.
And can we get 2 more 5s? Would be real nice.
Oh, 2 more 5s or a 10 would be amazing. Yeah.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah.
Fine folk. All right, take 2. Are you ready?
All right, take 2 of
whatever
Bird
this
of Prey
is.
and an X-wing.
I had to be literal. I said make it more Bird of Prey than X-wing, and we did get that. But it's yeah.
Did we though?
Yeah.
I mean, you got R2's dome at the back there. It's really big, but
yeah.
No, it doesn't work. That's even not thumbnail worthy. Classic.
Oh. Cylon now?
Yeah, it feels a little bit like it, yeah.
By your honor.
By your command.
Like, would it? I mean, re-put in the fourth wing. Would it work? How much working?
Nope.
Okay.
It's it wouldn't take much to get it there. I just wish it would understand it a little bit better.
Well, it understood X-wing very well last time. Did it? That's not great.
No.
Doesn't do anything good.
No. First one was just fucking lazy. First one, ChatGPT is like, I'm just fucking done with you assholes. Here you go.
Yeah, it's fair. Well, you kind of punish it a little bit. Like, I'm literally going to the edge of what is acceptable.
Yeah.
And then further make a break. What do you think, Classic? What's he saying? Is this a win?
He hasn't said anything for this one. For the last one, he said, bro, that's not thumbnail worthy. Yeah, the other one would just be confusing for people. It's like just like a Drake X-Wing.
Yeah. It's a bit wild.
Mm.
Oh, where's the live chat? Oh, only 17 votes, but I guess it's kind of past here. Do you want to read out and finish the poll?
Oh. Yes, sir. What do you think of the AI fighter Bird of Prey? Yes, 94%.
Oh.
No, 6%.
Oh.
Oh, I mean, you liked it, so.
I mean, I was kind of hoping for the purple prize to be 100%, and then you guys were dickheads. All right.
He just called you dickheads.
Who?
That's not very nice. What?
What?
What happened?
What?
I don't know.
Back to Olivia's, if you would.
Olivia, the Canada class starship, of course. The registry ends with A. It should be shaped like a maple leaf. If it's not, I'm going to be disappointed. Just saying. Says that it's got a maple leaf on the top where the pizza sign was, so it's remembering. NCC 1216A. Overall, not a bad design. I think it's a holdover from the X-wing one too, with that third nacelle there. But hey, you know what? It's not bad. It's not bad. I just wish that the saucer or the whole ship was shaped like a maple leaf. That'd be great.
Yeah, and the nacelles aren't bad. I mean, it's definitely it likes a few things that we're doing here. It's not going too far off, but it picked Vancouver. Nice. Does 1216 mean anything to your Canadian brain?
No.
Not the founding of Canada or something?
No, not that I'm aware of.
When was Canada founded? How old are you all?
We're 125, like a couple years ago, I think. I don't know.
So not quite then. Not quite 1216.
No.
Isn't that weird?
I think the first year you visited and we went to the park to see the drone display and fireworks display, I think that was our 125th. So whenever that was. I don't know how old we are.
Isn't that weird? Like 3 of you ago, there was no Canada. Like your granddad's granddad made Canada. Your dad's granddad made Canada.
We didn't have our Canadian flag that all know and love until the 1970s. So,
whereas I'm talking about the 1066 battle.
I know, right?
That's like way before. Yeah, we've got heritage. You've got distance, Mister.
Yeah.
19 hours drive to the nearest Vancouver, and me driving 900 years, and we still get to the thing that not even the thing I talked about a second ago.
I wish it would take 19 hours to drive to Vancouver.
Oh.
It's like a 3-day, 4-day drive.
Well, Raj, you have to imagine it's up to you. 1 more 5 or 2 more 5, 1 more 10 as we're really close to closing out.
Yeah, I think it's 74-hour drive if you want to drive down there. Yeah, something like that.
I was about to say, like, what if you took 120 miles an hour, like top speed for a car?
That's miles an hour instead of kilometers. I don't know. Still be ridiculously long.
Because what's the top safe speed of a car? Like it's obviously rattling a bit, but like you could travel that, and the car is designed for that in theory in kilometers.
I have no idea.
Okay.
280 kilometers an hour, 300 maybe. I don't know. Dan Ben, Google says Canada's official age as a country is 158 years old, as it was formed through Confederation on July 1st.
Oh, the Confederation.
1867.
That's why it's so good. The Confederation started so you had to rebel against the evilness of Picard. So yeah, 193 kilometers an hour, 120 miles an hour. Yeah. Imagine trying that speed for like 5 hours.
Wasn't for other assholes on the road. Yeah, it's fine.
That'd be crazy. Yeah, we never drive.
But, I mean, the Bugatti Chiron. I just watched this thing last night. Bugatti Chiron, the fastest car in the world. If it goes at top speed, the gas tank empties in 9 minutes. So.
Yeah. But how far is it traveling the distance, right? A lot of miles.
Yeah. Classic for real, $5. Speaking of Star Trek 3, Commander Krug lost his bird of prey and has to steal an advanced Section 31 cloaking prototype.
Now, I took inspiration from that because you mentioned Krug himself, right? So I wanted an interior shot. I thought it'd be interesting, right? That's the famous bridge that is not at all a Star Trek bridge because it was just a standing set from a different sci-fi. Yeah. You know what? Yeah. Still got a lot of charisma. And here we go. Yeah. A Section 31 stealth ship version of the same shot.
That's pretty great, actually.
Let me do some of my brightness tweaks to get
I love that bridge design from Star Trek 3. That's for the bird of prey. It's a shame it got fucked. And then they just Star Trek 4, they just remade the whole thing in Klingon design. Because that's what the Klingons or the Vulcans would do. I mean, yep.
They're thoughtful like that.
Although it feels, because of the little view, we'll talk about this during our review on Saturday, but the little view screen he has that he's talking to Kirk on, it almost feels like it's a battle bridge. like it's a secondary bridge or an auxiliary bridge, not the main bridge. So that'd be a good way to explain it. But why are you using that?
Oh, there's not enough room to have a battle bridge.
Because all the people they kill, because they're rogue Klingons. They apparently stole this ship. Maybe they killed them all, and dumped them on the bridge, or just left them there. Didn't want to sit in the to rot in the stink. So maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, he's waiting for his targ to eat them all, and it didn't.
Well, that's when he says to this one officer, "Feed him to the targ," and the guy's like, "That means go to the real bridge, grab a body part, and feed it to the targ."
So
the guy's like, "Ugh."
So you're saying, imagine that the head of the bird of prey, you got the top bridge, which is the one from Star Trek 3, and they're in the second deck.
Oh, well, maybe, yeah.
Because that'd be funny. Because like, where the hell's the bloody pod thing? Where's that Star Trek 3? It's there in 4. It's on the outside the whole time. Anyway, what do you think of this then? Because this is pretty excellent.
It is excellent. It would even work as a Section 31 layout as well. The L cars definitely looked Section 31-y. Got big Section 31 logo at the back there.
Yes.
Wow.
I love Mr. Not whatever it has a half a shoulder robe thing. That's so douchey, right? But it's wonderful.
Yeah.
And the red, because Krug is not red. They're taking the red from the picture, but not the costume. It's like robes, but not. And the Klingons look great with their leather. Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, I really like that.
All right, I think we'll call it there, guys, because my back is killing me.
Yes, absolutely.
So it's a little bit shorter one today, but join us on Saturday because that'll be like an afternoon. I might have to get up and move at one point because of my back, but
yes, he might go into his phone and sit on the sofa for a bit, and that's okay. Or you can walk around your house and do it and keep talking about it because you know the scenes really well, don't you? I'm sure you could do the scenes while walking around or some such.
I didn't quote every scene pretty
much. No,
yeah.
You know. Well, yeah, you know.
So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, join us on Saturday for some Trekyards fun and a movie review because I think it's one of the best Star Trek movies ever. So
# spoilers.
Yeah.
Both for it and his opinion. But yeah, thanks so much, guys. Some really good ones. I think Bird of Prey and the Bird of Prey fighter and the space station. Those are the 2 wins for me.
And the Borg refit.
Well, that's like an art piece.
Yeah.
And this bridge, pretty good too. Awesome. Thanks, everybody, as always. Appreciate you. You help us go.
Yes. And until next time, which will be Saturday, because you're going to join us. He's Commander Cocky.
He's Commander Fatty.
Bye, guys.